So, Bruce, we've been all over North America over the last year. We visited a lot of electronics design firms, small and large. And it's the last week, the last leg of Drive for Innovation, and we've actually come to a place that represents itself as a really cool design place.
Thank you.
In your interior, in the products that you have outside. You guys do all manner of design engineering here, from mechanical to electronic. You've been in the business for 24 years.
Yep, since 1988.
Tell us a little bit about the evolution, how you guys came into being and how you've evolved over that period.
Okay. Well, back in the 80s, telephone companies were vertically integrated. They had their own, obviously, telephone operating company, but they had their own manufacturing, and the manufacturing companies typically had their own R&D firms. It's no different out here in BC. We had a phone company called BC Telephone, that had a manufacturer called Microtel, and Microtel had an R&D arm called Microtel Research and Development. That changed into Microtel no longer being around when the phone company started to vertically integrate. So telephone company had a research arm called NPR Teltech. And NPR Teltech was a large 700 people firm doing primarily telephone-based type technology, a lot of software for controls of telephone systems. And the phone company decided, well, they weren't really in that business. They were trying to, back away from it a little bit. So they started to downsize the research arm. And NPR Teltech didn't want to lose all of its mechanical and board layout capabilities. So they decided to spin off a subsidiary of about 8 people that did mechanical design and board layout from a staff originally 40. And they spun out a company called Pacific Design Engineering. I was one of the guys who went with it. So we started, as I say, with about 8 people, just doing layout as a service bureau and mechanical rack and stack type design for telcos, with a mandate to try and grow that business to service our local environment. So we did that, grew the company to about 20 people, and had actually an office down in Portland, Oregon, called PD Inc. It was primarily just a printed circuit board service bureau. And then in 1996, the final chapter came for the phone company. They didn't want anybody anymore, so they started to shut down the parent company, NPR Teltech, and the management of PD, which I was a part of, decided we were going to buy the company as a management buyout. And we proceeded to do that until the employees heard about it and said, no, we want a piece of this action. So it became an employee buyout. And so 1996 became an employee-owned company.
Wow.
Which is kind of cool. Yeah, it was, we had about, at that time, about 25 people. And we had turned PD into, from the original 8 guys, just doing printed circuit board layout and mechanical design for racks, we turned it into essentially a full-service product design shop, which is what it is now.